Some people are just special. Some people have gifts. Like Deion Sanders. We about to talk about Deion Sanders. Like, Deion Sanders has a gift. Ray Lewis. Ray Lewis has a gift. Like, it's something about them that the way they speak is able to motivate athletes to be the best
version of themselves.
The best version of themselves. Phil Jackson. You know what I'm saying? Like, Dawn Staley to me is
she got it like
she's got it like that. You know what I mean? And it shows because she wins at every level, you know? Yeah. So, yeah, salute to her. What do you think of the Deion Sanders situation, man?
I mean,
have you given it any thought?
I have, because I also heard about Umar and what he had to say, and I've heard people make that criticism, but like, I don't know. I thought him going to Jackson State and, dedicating 3 years there, taking his son there. His son is a top recruit. He could have gone to any school in the nation.
Yeah.
And he's potentially sacrificing that exposure at a top university.
Could he have gone to any school in the nation?
Oh, I thought he was like a number 1 ranked quarterback.
His son. Oh, yeah. I thought you meant Deion as a coach.
No, his son.
Okay.
And
yeah, I mean, one of his sons.
Jackson State.
Yeah,
potentially sacrificing major exposure. Thank God.
His other son was playing at South Carolina.
Is that right?
Yeah, his other son was playing for the Gamecocks. He transferred to Jackson State.
I don't know. I guess what I'm saying is, like, 1, he's allowed to go make money. 2, he's clearly made an impact for that university. 3, maybe other people will do what Deion did and he started a trend, but he's also allowed to go make money. And he's also allowed to take his son to a Division I prime time university so he can compete against the best talent. So he has a chance to prepare himself for the NFL. Like, what are you expecting him to do? Like, have his son not go up against top competition, then go into the NFL and then be like shocked and then flame out? I think it's bare minimum. His son should definitely go there.
I don't even know if it's just about his son. I think Deion is the person who's always poured into people. And that's what I've been telling people, all week. Deion Sanders coached high school football, for several years. Deion Sanders opened up Prime Prep Academy, which closed because of financial issues. Deion Sanders has always said he wanted to coach at Florida State University. Deion Sanders has never, ever, hidden his desire to say he ultimately wants to be a coach at Florida State. But he knows, like everybody else, he's got to,
work up the ladder.
Go take those steps. Jackson State University was a school that offered him an opportunity to take a step. Prior to that, he got offered an assistant coaching gig somewhere. He didn't want to be an assistant coach. Jackson State, like, okay, Deion can give our, school a boost. They hired Deion. Deion said from the beginning, hey, man, I'm here to, change the perspective of HBCUs. This is what God told me to do. And it bugs me out that people are saying, why did he say God told him to do that? God don't tell y'all to do something. Y'all go do it, be successful at it, or be a failure at it, and then God tells you to move on to something else. Like, he went to Jackson State, $1.2 million for 4 years. 3 years, decided to move on, told them a year or two ago, take half of that salary, use it for student facilities. How can people say Deion was in it for the money when his track record clearly shows he's never been in it for the money? Was he in it for the money when he was coaching high school football? Was he in it for the money when he launched Prime Prep Academy and it closed his financial issues?
Let's say he was in it for the money. What's wrong?
Where's the money, though? My point is, whenever somebody's doing those things...
No, it's like going to Colorado's for the money, not doing Jackson State. I don't
even know if Colorado's for the money as much as it's for, I want the opportunity to coach on a Power 5 level because my ultimate goal is Florida State, and I told y'all that from the beginning.
Yeah, I don't know. I think this is a really unfair criticism of somebody that's clearly dedicated time and personal resources to uplifting in HBCU and the students that were on that team.
And and people are doing what they usually do, which is focus on the individual and not the issue, because the issue is HBCUs are chronically underfunded. Why are they chronically underfunded? Because of underfunding from the states that they're in, from low donations from alumni and low endowments. You know what I mean? So it's just like a lot of this stuff. I'm like, when the last time you donated to an HBCU? If Deion Sanders is at this school,
if you haven't donated, we don't want to hear anything.
I don't want to hear shit you got to say.
It's not like he even went to Jackson State.
Word of bond.
It's not like that's his alma mater or anything. He feels like he owes them anything. The only reason he did is to give back to that community, which is going to be way more than the average person criticizes him.
Yes.
That shit is bullshit.
And Deion Sanders, HBCUs were criminally underfunded before Deion Sanders, and they're going to be criminally underfunded after. How do you fix that? You fix that by digging down in your pockets. You know what I'm saying? And donating to the school of your choice. And I'm only speaking from somebody who does it. You know, Breakfast Club, we raised over $800,000, you know, for the Thurgood Marshall College Fund, you know, which goes to students at HBCUs. I came out of my pocket, $250,000 to my mother's alma mater, South Carolina State, with a lot more to come. You know, just a couple weeks ago, you heard me on here talking about our Thriller Possibility Summit that we did in Nashville back in November. What date? I don't remember what date that was, Taylor. We did it with Black Effect, my podcast network, iHeart, and Nissan. We flew 50 HBCU students out. We paid for that. You know, flew 50 HBCU students out, had a panels all weekend, you know, for them to learn from other people who went to HBCUs and who have gone on to be successful. So once again, what are you investing in HBCUs? To sit around and say, oh, Deion Sanders, you know, should have stayed a little longer because he was going to help all HBCU rise. Deion is not your savior, brother.
Yeah.
Sister. Like, Deion Sanders is not your savior. And guess what? Deion came and showed us the possibilities. He showed us what HBCUs could be.
There you go.
If folks
you had
actually...
the right talent, people went there.
That's right.
That's
and guess what? Anybody who makes the move that Deion did, which there is Eddie George out there, by the way. Eddie George is at Tennessee State. Y'all don't know that because y'all fake caring about Deion. But Eddie George is at Tennessee State. But any, you know, there's only one Deion. But anybody, let's just say, with that kind of experience, as far as, you know, being an NFL player or whatever and deciding to come play college football, if they're really good, they're probably not going to be at the HBCU long.
Because the HBCUs can't afford to pay them. They can't compete. Well, that's another good point where it's just like, yo, let's put our money where our mouth is. If it is about the money, then where are those, what are they called, graduates? Where are the alumni that are making tens of millions, hundreds of millions of dollars? Where are those, I think they're called boosters or something like that are going to be donating to the school to keep a guy like Deion? Why does Deion have to not only sacrifice what he wants to do, meaning eventually coach at Florida State, what his son wants to do, which is prepare the best visibility to play in the NFL, and what they both might want to do, which is generate generational wealth? Like, why do they have to do all those sacrifices while everybody else is looking around criticizing? To me, it seems unfair.
I think Deion's made a lot of sacrifices, man. Deion lost 2 toes, bro.
Oh, are they gone?
Amputated.
Which ones?
I don't know which ones, but he lost 2 toes over the past couple of years. People forget Deion was in the hospital earlier this year.
Yeah, for what?
I don't remember what it was. I think he had a blood clot or something like that. You know what I'm saying? But it's just like, yo, he's 55 years old. He's probably looking like, I don't, you know, let me do what I need to do now. Like, I don't understand why we're acting like somebody can't have multiple callings throughout their life.
Yeah.
Everybody won in this situation.
Yeah.
Nobody got fucked over.
Yeah.
Jackson State University won. They got what they wanted over the last few years. Deion Sanders won. He got what he wanted. Now everybody's moving on. But here's the thing. HBCUs are still here. So what are we going to do? Keep pointing at Deion and be like, okay, Deion's gone. Deion, this is your fault. HBCUs are like this. Knock it off.
Yeah.
HBCUs were like this before he got there.
Yeah.
HBCUs were like that while he was there. So what are we going to do to help, you know, the HBCUs of our choice? That's all. That's all.